Hello YouTube! Hello YouTube. I've got an interesting little snippet for you today. Some of you might have seen Super Dave's video. I will drop the name, Super Dave. Frickin' awesome guy. Keeps track of earthquakes all around the world, etc. Um, Hello Evie, share it out would you please, hun? Um, Thank you. And he, I did I I actually felt this earthquake. I'd describe it moderate shaking, not weak, but whatever. And he did a video alerting people to it, and I'm taking from the comments in that video that a lot of people actually was questioning why it was classed as weak when it was a 7.4 earthquake and all the rest of it, and where in the world it actually was. Opataki, yeah, it might be closer to that, but the closest sensor GeoNet or GeoNet in New Zealand has got is Gisborne, and it was 700 k's north east of Gisborne, right on that dot. So yeah. Hey, Smokin' Joe, how you going? It's classed as weak, 7.4, 33 k's deep, wow, 20 miles deep, something like that, and they've reviewed it and they've decided it's the best results. So, yeah. Felt report summary. 6 people thought it was extreme. How the hell did one down in Christchurch think it was extreme? That is a mile and a flippin' half away, but anyhow. 9 people thought it was severe. Hey Razzle. Thank you, buddy. 124 thought it was strong, and the numbers skyrocket. Majority, as you can see, thought it was a light shaking. And it actually felt like a little bit of like a shake the bowl motion where the water spins round um, a little bit. So yeah. Yes, we did. 10 to 1 in the morning, Joe. 10 to 1 in the morning. All good, all good, Rizal. All good, Rizal. You'll be surprised what I call people. So, mate is the least of your worries. Um, this is the Q&A they released at 11 o'clock, which is a few hours ago now. So it was south of the Taradale Island. So yeah, they're calling it Kumadik earthquake. But yeah, over 8,000 reports. Yeah, you saw the number on the previous page. Um, Widely along the east coast, mainly in the North Island. Uh, NEMA quickly analysed data and determined it was unlikely to cause a tsunami that would pose a threat. Um, Even though it is way out in the middle of the sea, and usually out in the middle of the sea, an earthquake like that would cause a tsunami threat. But this one didn't. So, yeah. Why was it called weak when so many people felt it? And I'm going to add, when it was classed as a 7.4. This is due to its distance from New Zealand, 700 k's northeast of Gisborne. Our shaking intensity scale gives the impact of an earthquake on people living on the Earth's surface instead of the magnitude, which is the energy released during the earthquake. And so it can be more useful as an indicator of the earthquake's significance to the community. This earthquake was felt widely along the east coast of New Zealand, as large, shallow earthquakes like this produce strong low-frequency waves which should travel nicely through the crust along the plate boundary. Yeah, if you were asleep, you probably felt nothing. If you were walking around at the time, you probably felt nothing. Because it wasn't exactly. Yeah. The only way I knew what it was my computer desk and the computer started to rattle, along with the webcam, which I can't get working for this, unfortunately. Yep. Philippines are well within the ring of fire, and our main volcano that caused the eruption I did the last one on has actually settled down to level 1 now, so that's all good. So how do GeoNet monitors it? Seismic instruments throughout the country, and they triangulate from there. So, um, yeah. What do they monitor? GeoNet monitors on-land seismic this seismic network on land, to, looking to identify local offshore quakes that are large enough and shallow enough to have caused the sea floor to deform. And when the sea floor deforms, that's when you're going to get a tsunami. Um, really, uh, not a lot more on that gap to say, but what does the network of coastal tsunami gauges tell us? During a tsunami, the gauges can tell us about the amplitude or size and arrival time of the tsunami wave at that location. Hang on a second. Tsunamis can continue to resonate within harbours for hours to days, so they can use the data to monitor how tsunamis dying over time. I also used the information to learn about the source that created the tsunami to help understand tsunamis and their causes. This is an interesting graph because this shows our tsunami gauge network throughout New Zealand. Charleston had the most activity on it. Manukau had some, and then it was basically nothing. Raoul Island, Boat Cove, and Fishing Rock had some. East Cape had some. Napier basically had nothing. Castle Point had some, and we're getting into South Island here. Christchurch, not much. So, yeah. That was taken at 10:45 this morning. I am actually reading this myself, so none of the information is new to me, or particularly new, but I like to know what I'm saying before I say it. So basically, if the earthquake is local within 1 hour travel time from New Zealand, then they can use software to estimate which areas may need to be evacuated. And I think that's actually worldwide, that part. It's passed on to NEMA, who pass it on to Civil Defence, who alert us. For regional 1 to 3 hours travel time and distant sources more than 3 hours travel time. They have pre-calculated set of tsunami threat maps ready to go. Then compare the location and magnitude with the pre-calc maps to see if it's similar to one of the scenarios. If the information is then passed on to NEMA to provide them with an initial assessment of potential threat from the tsunami. And they've got tsunami experts around New Zealand. I mean, they're always meeting those people. They're always in meetings. They're always on the phone with each other, always discussing everything. So they're quite onto it, I hope. How much time do coastal communities have if tsunami is generated somewhere in the Pacific? For an earthquake just off the coast of New Zealand, the travel time to New Zealand would be a matter of minutes. There wouldn't be time for an official warning. It is important to recognise natural warning signs and act quickly. In case of these events, if you feel and are always going on about long or strong shaking, move immediately to the nearest highest ground out of all tsunami evacuation zones or as far inland as possible. For earthquakes on the other side of the Pacific, the tsunami could take up to 16 hours to reach New Zealand depending where it is. And 16 hours to reach New Zealand, and when it reaches New Zealand, it is likely to be no more than a few centimetres of height movement. So I'll bring up that because I reckon that is quite a cool chart again. And yeah, that's the information on the quake. 12:49 a.m. 700k northeast of Gisborne. I'll zoom in a bit more too. So Gisborne's up around here. And it was 700 k's northeast. So that's a lot. Classified as weak shaking because of how far away it was from New Zealand and the slow movements of the Earth. 7.4 magnitude, 33 k's deep. So yeah, I will leave it at that. I would have done this a lot earlier, but unfortunately I had stuff to deal with around here. It wasn't very nice, so I'll leave it at that. I will let you guys share it out all you want. I will even put Super Dave's link into the description to the video he did, and he had it out in about 5 minutes, within 5 minutes of it, so he's fast, he is fast. And yeah, there you go. Update, over and out. I'll catch you in about an hour or two's time with Minecraft Live. Okay? See ya, people.